My mother-in-law screamed at a family member in front of 200 people because they were disrespectful and hasn't spoken to them since. Every time she babysits our dog, the dog literally runs away from her house. I would stop taking your dog there. Now that I'm pregnant with our first child, a boy, she's setting up a nursery in her home, her messy, unsafe house, and she makes all these jokes like feeding him ice cream before he's 3 months old, and her favorite phrase is, what happens at Nana's stays at Nana's. How do you manage someone like this while still protecting your family? Okay, so we're going to name this listener Susie. Susie and her husband messaged with a whole list of boundary violations that they've had to endure with her mother-in-law. I won't get into details just for anonymity, but now that Susie is pregnant and the mother-in-law is building this nursery, the mother-in-law is definitely acting entitled, like as if this nursery grants her free access to this baby. And because of that and all her jokes, it's just really activating Susie and her husband, and trust is obviously an issue. But here's where it gets tricky. Susie's husband is an only child, and it took a long time for them to actually get pregnant. So this is her only grandchild at this point, maybe ever. So they want to have some sort of relationship. They just truly don't know what that looks like. And that's where they're looking for help. So Susie, if you were to call me, like I am your big sister, and you're just like, and crying or whatever, first I would have you take a very, very big deep breath, because you are in 100% full control. Just because your mother-in-law is putting together a nursery doesn't mean your son will ever spend a single moment in that nursery alone. So just take a deep breath. You and your husband seem like you're on a solid team. You have a lot of boundaries, so just relax. You've waited so long to be pregnant, and you finally are, and you're more worried about what she's doing versus like actually enjoying this very brief moment in time. It's going to be over real soon. So I would focus on that. I would let her comments just roll off, just knowing that you might not ever actually be with our baby by yourself. Like at this point, I think that's what you guys are telling me, because her behaviors sound very reckless, tons of boundary violations. You don't have any trust. So I'm assuming your baby it will be family visits. As far as the nursery goes, your husband can just go over and have a one-on-one talk with his mom. He can just say, Mom, I just want to let you know that we are not going to be comfortable with a baby sleeping anywhere else but our house, but we'll have you over. We'll come over and visit. We just don't want you to waste your resources, building this room and getting disappointed. So he can say that now and then just reinforce it, whenever she brings it up. That is just my take. I would focus on enjoying my pregnancy. Let those comments roll on off, because you are in full control. She won't probably get any access alone with your child. That's my perspective.